already, as of today, we had our first school-wide behavior intervention plan, so to speak, very thought out and very detailed. And today we held 3 assemblies addressing PBIS and the school-wide behavior expectations. We have the restorative justice, and we're also meshing them together, which support the conflict resolution approach. We have Sticks and Stones counseling, and we also host awards assemblies. And we have a sports program and dance group. And the Just Run, which I know is going to be spearheaded by one of our teachers who's here. Right? Say hello, Mrs. Connor. Thank you. So she'll be, yes, spearheading that at the school site, and I'm hoping to challenge los padres in any other school. So I'll be jogging. I'll be running, sprinting, let me put it that way. And then goal number 3, parent involvement. To support with that goal, we have now a 4-hour parent coordinator, so we went from 3 to 4 hours. I think I'm not too far ahead. We have an active parent-teacher club. We have an active school site council, an ELAC. And we will be offering parent academies. I've spoken to my K-1 so far teachers about offering academically based academies for parents, teaching parents strategies, and also just ways of working with the children at home on specifics on the foundational literacy skills. We also will be offering and have been offering community outreach workshops, for example, positive discipline, healthy relationships, nutrition, on healthy families, etc. We'll be offering computer literacy classes at Veranda Meadows for parents, cafecitos, and we're going to include parents as part of the sports program. I mean, they come and watch their children. And once again, the Just Run program. Professional development, focus and support, just very briefly. The strategies and the frameworks that we're implementing at Veranda Meadows, it's the Common Core State Standards with Ed Calibert's support, and GLAD, the Give Me 5. That's what's going to be our focus this year. There are many GLAD strategies. However, at Veranda Meadows, we're going to focus on the Give Me 5. There's 5. I asked if you could reduce it to 5. I asked Nashaba, who's one of our area trainers. I said, which ones would they be? I mean, I don't want to overwhelm my teachers. Give me 5. So they gave us 5. So we're doing the Give 5, or the Give Me 5. We also have Rally and PBIS at our school. So just in a nutshell, this is what we use as a focus and support. And for planning, we do offer our staff collaboration after school weekly, which is part of the contract, plus grade level collaboration monthly to collaborate around Common Core, state standards, planning, lesson planning, etc., data analysis. So that will be happening, has happened, and will be continued at Veranda Meadows. And our vision, and I just want to highlight the key words here. We are committed, Veranda Meadows is committed to students, community, and to providing opportunities, because we are devoted to the success of all students. Thank you very much.
Questions?
I'm open for questions.
One quick question.
Do you have English classes?
Pardon me?
For parents, I mean, do you have English classes offered for parents?
At this point, we do not, no. So that's something that we could look into. Would be great. Any other questions?
Other questions? Okay, thank you very
Thank you.
much. You're welcome. Next, please.
Good evening. Good evening, Dr. Luza, Board President, Ms. Garcia, board members, and community. My name is Daniel Lee. I'm the principal at University Park, and this is kind of an overview of what we're doing. Our motto at our school is our students are learners today, leaders tomorrow. Our serious aspect of it is our enrollment. We had 604 students. A little over 80% were Hispanic or Latino, with 38, almost 39% being second language learners, and 75% being socioeconomically disadvantaged as well too. This year, our special day class, our moderate to severe functional academic, has grown from 2 classes to 3 classes. In that aspect of it, we've also lost our language development center to labor now. So one moves, we fill it with another program as well too. So in the same manner as what Ms. Mansara and all the other principals have talked about, is aligning what our school plans are to what the districts are, so that when we have communications, we are aligned and we're all on the same page and moving forward. So the academics, again, is talking about the transition, successful transition to middle school. As a father, I was fortunate to be able to go to Washington Middle School first day when I dropped my son off, and to see all these wonderful kids from Lincoln as well as from University Park as well too. And that's one of the things that we're also setting up, is creating that dialogue between us and the middle school. I think even though we're separate districts, we still serve the same students, and we need to move forward. School climate and culture, that's something that we've been working on. It's not a new point this year. We actually started last year as well too. And the wonderful support from Mr. Ryan and from Mr. Stratton, we've been building that, the physical facilities as well too. Parent involvement. This is something that's been really, kind of a fresh start for us as well too. Last year, after many, many years, we brought back our fall festival. And parents were driving by on the weekend. They were very surprised they pulled over. And we're going to be continuing that as well this year. And what's nice is we are now getting parents coming to us and say, how can we, what can we do to help support? This morning at our first day, I had parents go, hey, I want to get involved. How can I get involved? And so they're coming and they're being part of it, which is a great stuff. Last year, we also did a parent survey. I wouldn't call it a satisfaction, but more of a survey of what areas and things like that. And that kind of helped us move forward to where we were doing for this year. In the classroom, same thing with Engage New York. We're doing that as a tool, as a platform to move teachers forward, to support them with a common core. But what's also nice is we've also had teachers who participated in the Engage New York Common Core component for math. So there's a lot of components that are balancing out and moving us forward as well too. Beyond the first teacher, the foundation of skills, it's been really great because of the fact that we have the district support with the IAs in first grade and in second grade. What we've also did was, with our intervention in third grade, the System 44, we've also allocated a sub to help in that. Because one of the things that we always talk about is, if you have intervention and you have a class size, sometimes that single teacher is not enough. And so what we decided is that we were going to support her with an instructional assistant as well too. So that ratio comes out a little bit more. This year, 4 through 6, we are doing gateways intervention all the way across. So we have a consistent build. And the nice thing about that is the teachers themselves, they have commonality where they can support and work with each other. Whereas last year we only had one. Computer programs, again, one of the things that we are also doing is when we look at celebrated reader, one of the things that we want to do as a goal is that we are going to have several classes that will reach model classroom. We have 2 classes that barely missed out. They missed out by 2 students. Think about how close it was. In fact, those 2 classes, as an overall average, both classes were above 85%. And as a school-wide, we had increased from the previous year by almost 12% in accuracy and comprehension. So there was that growth. The best program, again, with the support from our new best program director, Mr. Gonzalez. We have the wonderful folks that are doing. Now, here's the other thing that I want to introduce. Both Mr. Ramirez and Ms. Mansara talked about PlayWorks. We actually had our new HASA start out today, and it was kind of like, I haven't done it with, and we had children, first grade, second grade, third, fourth, and he came back after lunch, and you see him, he's all sweaty, These all big spots. I said, how'd it go? He goes, it was incredible. All the kids wanted to do participate. Our current 6th graders, the ones that were really participating were the ones last year as 5th graders were like too standoffish. This is, kind of that stuff. And they were the ones really going in. And what was really fun about that too is this morning we had our 4th, 5th, and 6th grade teachers taking their kids off and doing that bonding relationship and actually using some of the Playworks activities to do that as well too. So we saw a lot of the interactions and things like that. And again, the Playworks really builds into the cultural climate aspect of it as well too. We have started off our PBIS as well as the Restorative Justice, and they do work together. PBIS is kind of like what we call the bones, okay, and the Restorative Justice is those ligaments that allow that interactions to take place. And one of the things that parents have also really been keen about is that we're teaching children to be able to talk to each other rather than yelling at each other or saying he's a bullshit. Really be able to have that conversation. Again, we will continue our student family survey in the fall and in the spring to see where we're at and what areas we need to focus on as well too. Again, regular truancy meetings and follow-ups, we do that on a monthly basis, whether it's over the phone, or it's them coming in as well too. We do try to track them down. Sticks and Stones counseling, thanks to the district offering additional day. That's going to be a big support for us in terms of the needs of all of our students. Awards assemblies, we continue to do that. Last year we introduced the student month as well too. And what's nice about the awards assembly is it's not academic focused. We have some that are academic focused. We have some that are what we call goal achieved, okay, and things like that. In fact, we will also again this year book the auditorium over at Washington. Sports program, that's been a big part of University Park through the city's Parks and Rec department. Normally we have about 5 to 6 teams, even the girls. And with our sports program, every coach is a parent of University Park. And that's the key part is the parents that are coming in and working with the kids. Our PTO, again, they are instrumental in terms of a lot of the needs and components when it comes to field trips and things like that. Our school site council, again, it's really interesting is that when we talk about parent involvement, school culture, they all intertwine, work together as one. Parent nights, this year it was really neat with our implementation of PBIS and stuff. Our staff, our teachers are saying, hey, we need to bring back those evenings where we have family reading nights and science nights and math nights and things like that. So it's going to be a really fun aspect of it. So Principal's Coffee, them meeting with that and talking and seeing what their needs are and how we work together. And again, back to the sports program. So within the professional development, the Common Core aspect of the GLAD, the Rally, these are all trainings that are being offered to our certificated. But what's also been nice is that when it comes to things like restorative justice, it is also offered not only to the teachers, but also to paraprofessionals, to classify, to all the support staff as well too. Because they're asking as well too. In fact, I had one instruction aide saying, can we attend those trainings that have the technology parts too? And because that they want to learn and so they can support the teachers as well too. So that's one area. In terms of collaboration, not only do we have the weekly collaboration, but we've also decided that we would have actual planning days monthly within the school days as well too, so that the teachers can really support each other, because one of the things that we've heard a lot is that the teachers do not have enough time to plan it. So we've incorporated it within the school day as well too, so that they can support each other, not only regarding the Common Core, but also the fact that we have lead teachers who can support us in GLAD and Rally and all the various strategies as well too. Okay, and then again we have the monthly grade level collaboration as well too. Okay. So that's it.
Good.
Any questions?
Question. reaction? No? Think not? Okay, thank you very much.
And also, I want to say to all of you guys, come visit our office. It's so much brighter. Thank you.
I'll echo that.
Doesn't look like
Business. We're going to go down to the next item called business. And this is where the budget revision for this year.
For information to be reflected at the first interim in December, basically, Ed Code 42127 requires when there are significant changes between the budget you put together and the numbers that are changed by the budget that the governor signs, that we provide a 45-day revise. These are relatively minor numbers, and that's just for your information, but the couple things happened. Number one, our implementation rate or factor closed the gap for the implementation of LCFF. Increased last year from 1178 to 12, and now for this next year, it was projected to be 2805 when we did the budget. Crept up to 2806, and now it's 29.56. So we got more money in the base, so we got more money in supplemental, and more money in concentration. And those amounts are in the base grant, $489,000. Supplemental concentration, over $71,000 additional dollars, for a total of $560,000 additional dollars. The other change, basically, is we were projecting an increase to 9.5% of the STRS contribution that the employer makes. Employee rate went up from 8 to 8.25. And at the last minute, the governor reduced that increase from 9.5 to 8.88. It'll go up again next year and again the year after that, and then creep up even higher in the out years after the third year. However, this year it saved us $187,000. So it was nice to be able to take that 187 and the base grant portion of 489 and be able to talk at the bargaining table about that, and we're in that process. There were two other changes. There was the promise that deferrals would end in January and in the May revise. All the deferrals of millions and millions of dollars these past years that go into the subsequent year were going to end, and this year we're going to get everything during the year. And that projection is 5% a month for the first 2 months, and then 9% a month for the next 10 months. That changed, and the governor has elected to take some deferrals that we should be getting this year and push it into July of next year. The good news, however, is that total amount that he will defer from this year to next year is only 16% of what it was the previous year. So from 5.5 or 6 million, I mean, we're down to just a small portion of that, and that's sweet. However, there was an offset for the amount that's being deferred. We're getting finally some additional payments for mandates. We were mandated to do things over many years, legislative to do them, and by law, if you have to do it, the state tells you to do it, they got to give you money for it. Well, there were two parts of that contract. Do it, and we did. Money became an IOU. So now they're dumping money into the mandate reimbursement. So the total is a net zero. A little bit of the deferral money that we thought we'd get will come in July, and we're getting some mandate reimbursement. And that's all good news. Bottom line is, it's not a whole lot of money, but in every previous year, I've been in front of you saying, we're going to get less than before, we're in trouble, we're going to have to really pinch pennies, and we're stable, and we look to be stable. The next budget brief will be the unaudited actuals in September. Look forward to briefing that one to you. And then again, as I said, the first interim will be in December. Any questions?
Any questions? Ms. Martin?
I just have one quick question on the STRS rate change. We're not out of the woods with that though, right? I mean, we were lucky that it went down and we have the 187,000. Can we keep it at that pace, or is it going to skyrocket?
It's going to increase more in the